The Dawes Rolls from 1898 to 1914, a tool of erasure and racial manipulation. The Dawes Rolls, created between 1898 and 1914, were presented as a way to document who was officially Native American for tribal enrollment and land allotment. But beneath this facade of bureaucracy lay a more sinister agenda: the systematic erasure and manipulation of indigenous identity. By excluding true American Indians and allowing individuals with no authentic ties to claim Native identity, the Dawes Rolls became a tool of racial manipulation and paper genocide. This injustice is not just history, it impacts us today. Stay with us, subscribe to this channel, and uncover the truth about how the Dawes Rolls reshaped indigenous identity. The Dawes Rolls were part of a larger colonial strategy under the Dawes Act of 1887, which sought to break up tribal landholdings and assimilate indigenous people. But the process was deeply flawed and biased. American Indians were systematically excluded. Many were listed as freemen instead of recognized as tribal citizens, denying them land and cutting them off from their communities. Meanwhile, white settlers and others with no indigenous heritage falsely claimed Native identity to gain access to land and resources. The introduction of blood quantum laws further weaponized identity, reducing Native ancestry to fractions and ensuring that fewer people would qualify as indigenous over time. This wasn't documentation, it was erasure. The Dawes Rolls weren't just flawed, they were a tool of destruction. By excluding American Indians, while including fraudulent claimants, the Dawes Rolls rewrote the narrative of who was considered Native. This paper genocide not only stripped true indigenous people of their identity, but also created a lasting legacy of exclusion, land theft, and the rise of pretendians. Today, many who claim indigenous heritage trace their ancestry to fraudulent enrollments, while legitimate descendants are denied recognition. The Dawes Rolls didn't protect Native identity, they used it as a weapon against the people it claimed to serve. The consequences of the Dawes Rolls are still felt today. Loss of tribal recognition for descendants of those erased or miscategorized. Land dispossession, with over 90 million acres of indigenous land lost through allotment policies. Division and exclusion within tribes, as blood quantum and colonial classifications continue to dictate membership. But the fight to reclaim identity is gaining momentum. Activists are exposing the truth about the Dawes Rolls, advocating for erased descendants, and challenging the blood quantum system. Indigenous identity is being reclaimed not by colonial definitions, but by indigenous communities themselves. The Dawes Rolls were never about protecting indigenous people, they were about erasing them. But the resilience of indigenous communities ensures that their voices will not be silenced. The fight to restore truth and identity is far from over. If you believe in amplifying the stories of those who were erased and challenging the systems of colonial erasure, like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Together, we can dismantle the legacy of the Dawes Rolls and reclaim what was stolen. The future of indigenous identity is in our hands. Join us in the fight for truth and justice.